The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
Missy Show. Missy Show. Missy Show. Questions, interviews, gossip, current news, movie, TV, radio. Here we go. Hey, you see Missy K. Hey, you see Missy K. Her beauty and passion. Talk music, fashion. Loose lips, red cup, love Joe. She's always on Facebook, Instagram. Taking calls on the telephone. Sexy if you say so. It's the Missy K Show. Missy K. Missy K Show. Clear channel on your radio. Missy K Show. Missy K Show.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Missy K, and welcome to the Missy K's Loose Lip Show. How y'all doing?
All is well.
That's how y'all feel? That's how y'all feel?
All is well.
Thank you. All is well, Lady D said. So tonight, there's no Lala Young. There's no Lala Young. But we do have our special guest, Mr. Kevin Shine.
Yo. What's
Welcome.
up? Thank y'all for having me.
And who are you?
Lady D's.
Are you sure?
No.
You don't seem sure either. I'm so sorry. And over here, Jay Wells.
Jay Wells.
How you doing, baby?
Chilling.
We're going to get into these defined introductions very shortly.
Okay, cool.
But right now, we want to get right into the heart of this thing. No Lala Young, so guess who's doing What's on Everyone's Lips?
Missy K.
In the building. Let's go. So, What's on Everyone's Lips? Cardi B and Nicki Minaj.
Uh-oh.
Do you guys know anything about that?
I seen some of the footage. It was funny because she start the fight and then she came
Cardi
out.
B?
Yeah, she came out with her dress was torn up.
Uh-huh.
She had a knot.
Oh.
Now that was
a real fight?
They had a real.
That was hilarious.
You know the security.
I was like, damn. You can't start no fight and then
not in the New York.
You got to win that.
It's New York Fashion Week. They battling. So what had happened was Cardi B said that Nicki Minaj was questioning her parent skills publicly, but to me it was like a he say she say thing.
Oh,
because it didn't. Nicki didn't say it directly to Cardi. It's like I heard you said, and Cardi went left, and then she couldn't get to her. She threw a shoe at her. I think she thought she was Bush.
She threw a shoe
said that, right?
and left with a knot.
You said that.
Yeah.
She gotta get round two.
She got it, man.
We
She
need
got
to
to catch her
set that
fade.
up. Yeah, she need to catch a solid fade. Put it together.
Yeah, okay.
It seems like it's been boiling. I wish they would just boss up. Don't get that money. Stop deducting. Scandal and reality shows ain't the only way to make money.
Absolutely. Say it again. Music executive Kevin Shine.
I know one thing. It had me rolling. When I seen it, I was like, "Oh, this is crazy."
Yeah, they stopped banging on wax and started banging for real. Like Cardi, like you can get it for real.
Well, she really been holding back.
Just because you have a child don't mean you have class.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm like, you're a mom. You got stuff to lose.
Right?
Now, never mind your career. You're going to be separated from your daughter. How you feel about that? No,
well, she was right for
culture.
going for hers, but you got to, have a good plan together. If you're going to cause a fight, You gotta be
Yeah,
ready.
they're supposed to be ladies.
You gotta be
yeah,
ready.
grown tail ladies. out there.
It's gonna be some fights.
Well, you know, sometimes, but you gotta understand people.
Ladies fight.
Some
Yes,
people,
they do. Grow up.
some people ain't never been through. You know, like Cardi come from that. She gonna try to keep it, you know, cool, but when it come out, it comes out, and so you know, she never had that button push before. She ain't never had that button. That's that mama button.
held it down, huh?
That mama button.
Hello.
That's another button.
It really is.
That's a whole nother
horse
button.
of a different color.
Push that button. That's a whole nother button.
You damn right.
It was the security that intervened
Of course it was.
and gave her the nod. Damn.
So my
she
thing
really
is,
gotta
but
catch
Lady D,
the
her number one song
round
says she gonna do what the who? Let's find out and see. So you know she about that business.
Wow.
Oh, she about to
She can get it.
She gonna catch
problem.
it.
No, we gotta be ladies at all times. You catch my friend. This is gonna happen.
Some
Wow.
things should be beneath you.
So,
I'm sorry,
I agree. So let's move on.
especially in the public.
Let's move on. So my soapbox moment. She is back. No, Lala gave us her topic, so I'm going with Lala said. Lala started this. Just let me let y'all know she said that. She started this. Lala said she want to talk about Serena Williams and Naomi Osaka. Let me tell you what my problem is.
Wow.
Here goes my soapbox. So, do you know what happened?
I'm not. Is that the one where she said something to the referee?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, she was going back and forth with the officials, and they had to keep stopping the game, the match, you know, to address her issues and her going in.
Thief.
She said she felt like he robbed her. She said he's sexist. You know, this is my issue though.
Yeah.
This is the U.S. Open.
Okay.
And you have Naomi, you know, someone who idolizes Serena, who all she wants to do is play tennis. And she wants to win or lose this match.
Right.
Win
With
or draw.
Serena.
Exactly. Against Serena. Regardless. Whether she win or lose, she's like, you know what? I played my
It's an honor to
idol.
even
I
be there.
played my hardest.
Yeah.
Right.
But she says she's going back and forth with the officials. She keeps stopping the game. You know, instead of her saying, you know what? We'll deal with this later.
Right.
Let's do this match. Let me beat this little girl and keep it pushing. You know, they gave Naomi the title. They gave her
a game.
They gave her the game. Now, for me, I'm competitive. I don't want that trophy. I cannot look at that trophy the same as I would if I actually played Serena and won. I don't want a default trophy, especially not for something like the U.S. Open.
Right. Yeah.
So
that's why she was
if
crying.
you look at the picture,
the girl was crying.
Yes,
Yeah.
and they were booing.
Yeah.
Yes. Rightfully so.
Naomi said that she told her it's okay, don't be upset that they're booing or whatever. And so what's on everyone's lips is, who do you think they were actually booing, Serena?
No.
Do you think that they were booing Naomi, or do they think that they were booing you because of your behavior? Do you think that they were booing the officials because they felt like the cause was wrong? I would have been booing Serena because you could have tabled that.
You know what? As a professional athlete, she's been around a long time. She knows the game. Okay? And that was not the time. In the middle of the game.
Right.
It's disruptive.
Yes.
You know, it's a distraction to the other player.
Right.
You know, and it's not like maybe it's something that needs to be addressed, but time and place.
Yes.
Well, has
That was
she
not the
ever
time.
acted like that before?
She.
I never seen her like that.
Me either.
The officials are actually calling for a boycott against Serena because she's done this to other officials. So now there are officials that are banding together.
I disagree with that, though.
They're banding together and they do not want to officiate if she's playing.
I disagree with that because
wow,
I've seen many white male tennis players act worse.
Yeah,
I
McEnroe
agree.
for one.
And
I agree.
that was never
McEnroe
ever
was
brought up.
notorious.
So I disagree with that. Yeah, I just say it's a system thing. And then I'm also going to throw something else out there. I just said it. That button got pushed again. That y'all.
that
She's
button.
still that button, that mother button.
Yeah.
She's still in mother mode. She's
Yeah.
still in that emotional. She's still just getting over
Yeah.
being a mom. She's still getting about. She got some whole new emotions going on, y'all.
And she's tired of the racism and all that
That
stuff.
mother mode
I
is-
agree.
She's saying sexism.
she'd have
she's
to-
saying sexism, not racism.
She's had to deal with
Exactly.
all that, whether she called it by its name or
Sexism.
not. She's had to deal with it all because
Right.
that's a white people sport.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, but again, as a professional,
I mean,
time and place. I'm sorry, this ain't the first game you had where you had to deal with bad calls or whatever. You know, they're looking for you to do stuff. They already got it out for you with your outfits and your this. You're giving them ammunition.
That call I thought was kind of excessive though, because she was, her and her coach was, just signaling or something. And he said that he was doing something that was, and he took a point from her because of the communication.
Right.
And she said that's when she really kind of got, because she's like, how you going to take a point from me?
I don't cheat.
I don't cheat. Like, he's just, he's just doing something, signaling her. Like, it's like if I'm signaling Jay and, and you like, what are y'all doing? And you like, don't say nothing.
Right.
Coaching. You getting coaching from
he thought he was getting coaching.
I don't know if McEnroe has ever attacked the officials.
Oh, he
but I've seen him act a plum fool.
Yes,
on the court, throwing his racket and
that's all, but that's excessive. Excessive.
Her fines totaled up to about $17,000 for that match for all the texts that he gave her because she called him liars and all kinds of stuff. She just went in, and I mean, if your fines, if you get
that's like a drop in the bucket to her.
It's like, dude, that's not the point.
That's not the point.
Good tax write-off.
But again, some of this stuff we have to kind of rise above. You have to learn how to play the game and pick your time perfectly and deal with it. Jay, you do.
My mama said choose your battles. That's my mama, right?
Well, and in the middle of a match was not the time.
Well, exactly. I feel like if she never really went this hard, we got to take into account what she's saying.
Yes.
Right.
Because she never went this hard where she was on the front of the paper. That's so it's something that she's been dealing with, that she's fed up with.
Okay. Well,
I think we got to take it into consideration. We got to stand with Serena.
Okay, let's talk about Naomi. Let's talk about little Naomi.
But I still say time and place.
Let's talk about little 20-year-old Naomi, though.
What about her?
And how she was affected by this.
Right.
It's not a boxing match that you can do a rematch for.
It's the U.S. Open.
Right.
Well,
I mean, right is right and wrong is wrong. I'm sorry. I support Serena 1,000%, but that was not.
She still won. So she won.
But how? That's not the same thing.
Yeah, but
to me, it's not
a win. Is a win on the books.
That's a lie. No. A lie. Let's talk about this question of the day. Last question of the day is, I forgot where I did with it. Something about compromising. Oh, she says, is it important for you to compromise in a relationship?
Well, yeah.
That's the question of the day.
Yeah.
That's a no-brainer for normal people.
Yes.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what a relationship is all about. That's what life is about.
Yes.
But see, some of the compromise, it could be more on one side than the other.
But then that's when you need to kick rocks.
Absolutely.
You need to be gone.
I think that's how a lot of relationships are. You got one person that's willing to compromise a little bit more than the other person.
Absolutely.
And then that person's just kind of like, well, I love him or I love her, so I'm going to just go ahead with it.
I'm going to tell you something. I'm in the process of reading a book. It's called The Business of Love by Dr. Seth Francois. And his book correlates relationships with your love relationship and business and how they both coincide. And so I was telling my mom that I have a situation at work right now where it's me and my boss. And we disagree on something, right?
Okay.
And I'm willing to compromise on the situation, but she is not.
Right.
It's the same thing in relationships. Like you said, you have somebody who is willing to compromise, and then you have someone that's not. And when that happens, you have conflict within the relationship.
Right.
There's animosity because both parties have to compromise in a relationship if there's a problem. Otherwise, I'm going to take it and I'm going to say, okay, no problem. I'm going to concede, and then I'm going to have an attitude, or whatever.
You're going to resent the
I'm
person.
going to have resentment. And it's the same thing, like I said, in business. It's the same thing in your love relationships. It's the same thing, between a parent and a child. It's all in communication.
That makes sense.
And so compromising is extremely important.
It's funny, Jay and me was talking earlier, and you remember you made that statement you made about the business term when you tell your boy tells you how you enter in business.
Oh, the beginning is the end.
Right. And I think that kind of applies to that.
Yeah, just how if you go into something, if it was the energy, if something is bad in the beginning of a relationship, it's probably could possibly end bad.
Mm-hmm.
Just like with business.
Odds are that it will.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
And I agree with that because I think sometimes people tilt the leverage points a little bit, depending on how bad they want somebody, and then they want to even it out later, and so when they don't get to compromise, then it turns into something else.
Yeah.
But my uncle, he's 79, and he told me, he said, you got to get a woman that's willing to compromise a little more. You know, like you got to get a woman that love you a little bit more than you love her.
What's the rationale behind that?
Well, it's just like, if you have a
because
woman,
men always want to be right.
Well, if you guys got a woman that's just so die hard for you, you got the type of woman that they like, I don't care what he say, it ain't nothing he could do wrong. I love him. I'm gonna be with him. I'm gonna stay with him. It ain't never like that on the other way around a lot of times. It's rare that you'll find a man that's just going to put up with whatever the girl do, whatever she do.
What's he talking about?
I'll tell you.
That happened too. But
I'll tell you.
Go ahead.
That's
why I brought it up to spark some conversation, Mom. What you brought me here for?
I'm going to let y'all have that. I'm not even going to say what I was going to say. Go.
That's
your rebuttal, Lady D.
I'm just saying.
What's the rebuttal?
I can't believe that came out of his mouth.
That's right. You know this. It's not supposed to be shared.
But why is it that the man can't have more love than the woman? Why does it always have to be the woman that has to go over the top and compromise and is taking the low road? And
I'm gonna tell you why. Because women.
He agrees with it.
All right, when you drive down Sunset Boulevard, right? You see, can I
help yourself?
Ass and titties. You don't see. They're not advertising men. They advertising women. Is they choose when a woman go out to the store, she go. A man trying to holler at you when you just go and get your nails. You might not even got dressed today. He's, hey girl, let me get your number. That's how the world works. Right. So you got to have a woman that's like really just that love the man because she leaving the house every day and somebody she I can leave you any day. It's a millionaire around the corner want to talk to me. So you see what I'm saying? I feel like that's why that rule applies because the woman chooses at the end of the day.
I'm gonna say this and we're gonna go to our first break.
All right.
Okay, Lady D's. When I went through marriage counseling, the preacher said that you're gonna have disagreements, but ultimately, it's your husband who makes the final decision.
Biblically
speaking. So,
bingo.
Exactly. What else is there? And I'm going to the break.
Yeah, you do that.
Take us to our break.
Hurry up.
That part.
Unc was right.
That part.
Are you or someone you know looking to become a mortgage loan or I've messed up already. Sorry, Trish. Are you or someone you know looking to become a mortgage loan originator or a real estate agent that would also like to originate loans for your clients? According to Indeed.com, the average salary of a loan originator in California ranges from approximately $68,000 per year for mortgage loan originators. But before you become a mortgage loan originator, you must complete the pre-licensing requirements and pass an exam. We offer these classes at our Bellflower office as well as online. Please call 800-991-6097, extension 1, for the schedule for upcoming classes. Use coupon code Loose Lips, LOOSELISP. Why am I so tongue-tied today? LOOSELIPS at checkout to save $25. And we will be running this ad again on the next segment because I really fudged up.
She made it.
Poetess. We're going to take our break.
The worldwide famous DJ Gilly.
Chillin' on the block, party don't stop. Dancing in the street to the beat. Sitting on the stoop, drinking up 40. Side by side with the cutie. If you're from a city, you'll understand these summer nights. Just don't end if you're on the block or in the club. Use a summer night to turn the hell up. New York, Miami, Atlanta, LA. Let's show them the way. Had a party. gonna get ready. Come on, I'm waiting outside. I wanna dance, I wanna dance. Time to let loose. Makeup, hair, nails all done. Get on my dancing shoes. Driving by the beach on the way to the club. Perfect summer, like what's up? Got my girls, I got my drink. Nothing on my mind today. New York, Miami, Atlanta, LA. Let's show them the way how to party. Summer nights, summer nights, summer nights. Party all night, sleep all day. Summer nights, summer nights, summer nights. Party all night, sleep all day.
And welcome back to the E. Missy K's Loose Lip Show. I'm your girl, E. Missy K. And we're about to get into kissable nights with Lady D's.
I don't even know if I want to with these two.
You already, you got them pretty high.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever
over here got me riled.
I don't think we've ever had men that got you that hype in here.
I got you hype with my remarks.
Oh my goodness!
It's a good thing I wrote my thoughts on my paper because I'm telling you, I'd be so rattled right now. Oh my God! I mean, we come out the gate talking trash.
Jay Wells, you got Lady D's all turned up.
I brought ratings with me.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for tuning in. Tonight, we're going to talk about You Took a Piece of My Heart.
You took a piece of my heart.
We're going to get right to the heart of things, of what can leave a woman emotionally devastated in and after a relationship. Okay, so in this context, I'm assuming you never would have gotten into a relationship with a man, in a relationship with a man that you didn't like or that didn't care for you or came out the gate mistreating you, right?
Okay.
You kind of, they say usually when we first get started, the representative shows up,
right,
and then gradually the real person kind of
comes out.
They start showing their true colors.
But nowadays, they come out the gate like
they don't care anymore.
No, they don't. I have to tell you about that one.
Okay.
Anyway. And
that's called true story.
Okay, so in this context, I'm assuming that you would not have gotten into a relationship with him if the relationship started out like this. His behavior transformed gradually over time, while your self-esteem gradually lowered over the time. And now you can't believe you're in this spot. But every step of the way, you were quietly moving further down this path. It was gradual, so you didn't notice things were steadily getting worse. Maybe you blamed yourself. Maybe you tried to justify it in your own mind. Women make excuses and attempt to justify and or minimize what is clear as the nose on their face.
I agree. Preach.
So now you're not staying in a relationship because it's good. You're not staying in a relationship because it's good. You're staying in because you're invested so much into this relationship, and you feel like someone is taking something away from you, which is your heart.
Whoa.
So you hang around trying to retrieve something that you never lost in the first place. You gave it away.
Statement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're different.
That's interesting. I stay around trying to retrieve something that I thought.
Right.
Yeah.
You never had.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Because you stay in a bad relationship because you know how women, they get in these bad relationships, and then when it starts to go sour, I mean, the signs are there. There are signs are there, but you ignore them because you think you can change this person. You think you can make them love you. You just need a little more time. You justify stuff that is crazy as crap, right? And then when they get fed up, because now you're starting to disrespect yourself, okay, and acting crazy, and you can't expect a man to respect you when you can't respect yourself, so you become distasteful to him, and the way you act and the way you carry yourself, because now you come in desperate and stuff, because you're hanging around and you're trying to, you feel like you've invested so much in this relationship that how women say when it goes bad, but I gave you the best I had. I've invested all of my life in you and blah blah. It's always what you've given, but you gave it freely. And
I was just about to say that.
Nobody held a gun to your head. Yeah, exactly. But then they want to lose their mind and they become devastated because you gave everything, you lost yourself trying to win somebody that wasn't even yours to win because he was never really in it. And so he stayed until he get tired and get fed up, and then they move on. Then you want to lose your mind.
So what we supposed to do, ladies, when we find ourselves in this position?
Well, how do you prevent this? Because you said something that stuck with me was you gave something away that you feel like you're trying to hold on to.
Yeah,
but you already gave it away. So
you've already given it away.
How do you avoid? I guess keeping your guards up. But you still want someone to be able to get close to you.
Correct.
But you don't want them to hurt you. So how do you?
And you can't really. Sometimes you really can't avoid even hurting. Right. It's just that if somebody is coming in, you're living together and they're coming in all times of night,
that ain't right.
Totally disrespecting you.
That's that
whenever the phone rings, they're going outside to talk on the phone, and all these different kind of things, and they have nothing good to say to you. Right. They're just tearing your self-esteem totally down, and but you allow it. That's the thing. It doesn't have to be that way because women have more respect for a man that will hang around and treat you like crap. Right? Then the man who will realize that you're not for him in the beginning and leave.
Right. You know what? I read this book. Look, I like some books. Some books catch my attention. There's this one book called Why Do Men Marry Bitches?
Right.
Oh, wow.
Because guess what? A bitch ain't going to take that shit.
Exactly.
And that's what we have to do. We can't take stuff from men. Right. Laying down just like, oh, whatever. Because if you take it, then he's going to, all right, cool.
It continues.
You like it. If you like it, I love it kind of attitude. So my advice to a person like that is stop ignoring your own red flags.
Right. It's all up in here.
2 fingers of the biscuit him before he even gets started. You know what?
Right.
But it's unacceptable behavior almost from day one.
But it's
That's
never
what I'm
that
saying.
easy.
Almost from day one.
Yes, please.
But okay, well.
It depends on the woman's self-esteem. That's why I made the statement.
Okay.
Sometimes, to protect you, you have to be that B. Right. And I couldn't say, I've been her. I've been there. But I was her for a different reason, not for the reasons that Lady D's outlined. But I was her. I tried to stick it out in relationships that I knew from jump was not going to work.
Right.
But now, I found myself where I'm stronger, more mature.
Right.
And so I recognize game from day one. And I'm like, you know what? It's something about your personality, something about us just don't match. I'm going to let you do you and me be me. Right. And bye-bye.
But a lot of times you'll see that. You can have like a really nice guy and he'll be, great to the girl, but she won't like him. She'll be like, she like this guy. And he treated her like he don't even damn near really not even into her almost. So why is that? Why is it that if you ignore a woman, she like you more? Then if you all, hey, I want to give you flowers tomorrow and the next day, after a while, she like, I threw those flowers away. You know what I mean? This.
You want to know why this show is called Loose Lips? I'm about to show you right now.
Okay.
Okay. This is my Loose Lips response to that.
What's that?
Dudes. If I ignore your phone calls, your emails, text messages, DMs, more than likely I don't like you and you need to kick rocks. Why are you still going after somebody who don't want you?
Exactly.
In the first place.
That works both ways.
If you are a great guy, you feel like you're a great catch and you're all this and that, why are you still going after this heifer who ain't trying to give you the time of day?
Exactly.
But the thing is that you can have a guy, right? And the girl she might like him, like she might hang out with him and everything, but it may be this other guy that she really like, and he don't really treat her.
Yeah, because you're a weenie. I don't want to be with you.
But why? That's the question.
Adventure?
Why?
You need adventure.
Why are women like that?
It's not
excitement.
It's not women. It's that woman. That's not her type. That's not something that attracts her. It's not something that turns her on.
But what I'm saying is the notion of like someone actually being mean to them.
Okay.
Like you said.
Did you not just hear my public service announcement? These dudes are persistent. And they persistently put themselves in that position. If she told you once, like, you know what, we're just friends, or you're not my type.
I'm not talking about that. You're talking about the chase and not getting. What I'm talking about is, like what she said, he coming in, he dogging her, but she's just like, I love this dude. But she could go be with this dude that she liked. That he's
that
cool.
like her, you said, right?
That likes her.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying.
But she don't want him.
Is that a psych?
Because she does not attract. She's not attracted to him.
But what exactly is she attracted to? Is the question.
She's attracted to that jackass that she's with.
I'm saying, but what is it about the jackass that she's attracted?
Because he's a jackass.
It's really not even about. It's not even about the jackass. It's about the person. It's about the woman and what's wrong with her that she would allow herself to be in a situation like that. It's not about the guy. It has nothing to do with him.
Exactly. Okay, so there's a saying in music, like, if it's a good record, I mean, if you say the word bitch in a record and you look at a woman and she go, and it's okay. And some people, I mean, there is a record. Like, there's a record in Chicago. We had, it was a dance record, and the record was said, I beat that bitch with a bat.
Oh,
and it was a popular record.
Get the hell out of town.
Yeah, it's a popular record. And so what I'm saying to you is, if you see people address certain things a certain way, and then you get cussed, like how certain people don't like to use the word nigga. They think it's the same thing. If you be around certain people and you say certain things to them, or you treat them and you talk to them a certain type of way, they get offended or they get, or whatever. So it's no different that when you're in a relationship, if you start, some people get comfortable with certain things and certain lifestyles, and they think somebody, if the guy ain't being aggressive or he ain't standing up for himself, then he must be weak, or if he's being too nice, then he ain't really, challenging me, or she like, it's the adventure, and it's sad,
so
but
it's the challenge. Women want
it's the adventure.
I think that women they need to master themselves before they try to master a relationship.
I agree.
If you have strong women who are in control of themselves, they know who they are, they make their own money, they're doing their own thing. It's not about being so independent you don't need a man, but it's being in control and not having to have a man, right? So that means that gives you more choices. You can step back and you can be free to pick and choose what suits you and what clicks with you, as opposed to just falling for anything. But if you don't have a lot to bring to the table and somebody show you some interest,
well, I personally think, what's sad is that a lot of these situations we talking about, I guarantee you, most of them is broken home relationships.
Yeah.
Like when you're not used to seeing a man in the house, and you ain't never really had a relationship coming up with a man, and you don't really know what to expect from that man, then you can be easily, derailed into thinking that this is the way it's supposed to be. Or if you grew up seeing your mom and your father fight.
Or is it just
the art of seduction? I don't have that testimony, thank God.
Or is it just the art of seduction?
Some people become immune to certain things.
Yeah, we're gonna table this conversation. You guys want to talk about this? Y'all need to comment below. But
you're trying to shut me down.
I have to. It's the time. If I had more time, then we could do whatever you want. But it's structured. There's a process to this thing.
Don't let me reach across.
Gotta go to break, pay some bills, and all that.
Are you helping her?
I just messed up on the damn thing.
You just got out of the doghouse.
Got hired in the back office. They put me on the team. So we be catching up a little bit later.
So before we go into our break, I want to know, Jay Wells.
Yes.
So who are you, and how did you get on our panel?
I was actually walking down the street. Now I'm a producer, music producer, music executive. Work with a lot of artists in the business, you know what I mean? Keisha Cole, Snoop, the list goes on. Worked with like Casey Veggies and some of the new artists like Nipsey Hussle, and you know what I mean? So I put a lot of deals together, like distribution deals, stuff like that. Get on the mic every now and then too.
Okay,
all right.
Bust a flow. Me and Corrupt did a lot of music together. So I'm a West Coast native, so I'm here representing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know how I do it.
Well, thank you for dropping in and representing
and irritating me.
I want you to tell the people they can find you right now. You're gonna stay with us, but I want you to tell them. Okay,
Bonzi J Wells, BonziJWells.
Okay. We're gonna run that break back again, and this time Lady D's gonna do it.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is. Would you say the devil is a lie?
Yeah.
And Lady D's gonna run that break back, and we're gonna come back with Kevin Shine.
Oh boy,
I've never seen this before. Why you want to put me on the spot? You are rotten to the core. Okay. Are you or someone you know looking to become a mortgage loan originator? Or are you a real estate agent that would also like to originate mortgages for your clients? According to Indeed.com, the average salary for a loan originator in California ranges from approximately $68,000 per year for mortgage loan originators. But before you can become a mortgage loan originator, you must complete the pre-licensing requirements and pass an exam. We offer these classes here at our Bellflower office as well as online. Please call 800-991-9097 extension 1 for the schedule of upcoming classes. Again, that's 800-991-6097 extension 1. Use the coupon code Loose Lips, LOSSE LIPS at checkout and save $25.
$25. Let's take us into our break. We'll be right back.
The worldwide famous DJ Gilly.
Baby, come here a little bit closer. My touch make you for fire, hot like desert summer. You rockin' with the Rolex, no substitute. Them other girls basic like black and white television. You and I know my loving is the truth. Say what you want, I ain't afraid to please you. Baby, you gotta live wild. Baby, you gotta live wild. Baby, you gotta live wild. And there's nothing I won't do to show my love is true. Can you feel it? Feel it coming. Some vibrations to your toes, fucking with corruption. You've been used to working, doing, giving ways to loving. But I've been doing things to have you call me third woman. Second to no one. Baby, you gotta live wild. Baby, you gotta live wild. Baby, you gotta live wild. And there's nothing I won't do to show my love is true. You wanna ride? Baby, I got what you need. Get faded, get easy. Call me your Hennessy. This ain't what you used to. No, it ain't that new. Baby, I ain't new to this. Baby, I see through this. I could be your best friend or your lover. We could rhyme, say, repeat in that order. Next level, yeah, I'm on a new way. Rocking that realness like a gold chain. 'Cause I'm a real one. Baby, you gotta live wild. Baby, you gotta live wild. Baby, you gotta live wild. And there's nothing I won't do to show my love is true. Baby, you know I got your back. I do anything and all of that. You gotta ride or die. You know I'm down for that.
And welcome back to the Missy K's Loose Lips Show. Missy K here.
Yep.
With my peeps.
Yep.
My entourage.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
We up in here doing this thing.
Yep.
Without Lala.
Yep.
We miss you, Lala.
No, I do miss Lala. Y'all put Lala
and Haley B.
prayers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rams love you.
Yeah.
I feel like we so abandoned. We'll be down 4 in one day.
Yeah.
Y'all sorry. I'm telling you about yourselves in our chat group. Watch me. No, but we have Kevin Shine.
Yay.
Kevin is the man.
I'm just a little person over here trying to stay next to all these great people on this panel.
Yeah, right.
No, Kevin, I brought you on because I met you at an event, and it was 360 Raw.
Right.
Their lunch party.
Right.
And you told me about your organization, Writing Session of America, and I wanted the people, because we deal with a lot of artists, all types of artists, to be honest with you, and I wanted them to be a part of the organization. Right. So I want you to tell them exactly what is WSA.
WSA Writing Sessions America. I just try to keep the out of there, but but no, seriously, Writing Sessions America was it's two things. It's definitely about music, as you know, but it's also about teaching people the art of collaboration, from creating the song to protecting the song to putting the song out. And, and a lot of that collaboration don't always happen with you having to bring people or hire people. Sometimes it could just be within your network and how you use your network and how you use each other. And there's a lot of people that join our organization. It's a membership-based organization. We're out of Nashville, L.A., New York, and Atlanta is our main base. But, we have 6 other developing markets that we're working on. So we're in 10 markets total. But everywhere I go, I do little things. Like, I put people in real situations. There's boot camps that I do called Pressure, and Pressure ain't nothing but putting people through real life situations. Because what we lost with the old record company system was the filtering. We don't filter out people and teach them. Right. So filtering and development, I even had to change that word. I don't even say development no more. I just say preparation.
Okay.
So, that's a new word that I use because a lot of artists don't like the word development. They kind of feel like...
They already developed.
Yeah. The internet came and everybody kind of had a chance, had all the things they were looking for access to, which was distribution, publishing, whatever. They now directly, they can go do it themselves.
Right. People produce whole songs on their phones.
Yeah, and what's funny is that, I always run into artists, and I talk to my people in writing sessions about this all the time. A lot of people love to use the word independent. I'll be like, well, a lot of y'all, when they say independent, that means either major label, major company, or independent company. A lot of y'all just individuals.
Right.
Y'all not really independent, because you're not really trying to function as a business or a company. And a lot of you don't really need that word. Is kind of like, I don't even really talk to my people about that word right away, because I always talk to them about relationships first. Right. Because it's just like me, me bringing Jay, and him coming with me, that's a relationship that we have. We gonna figure out if something makes sense and money is, has to be put on the table. Of course that's the business part. Right. And when to turn that on. But don't wear it. After a while it starts to get, out of control. And business takes over creative. Right. So, my thing to creatives is, if you haven't got a great record, then you shouldn't even be thinking about business. You should stay creative. Right. And stay making music. Like, a lot of things like cataloging music. I look at the internet now, and it's sad when you see so much intellectual property, being misused and thrown out on the internet. Like, the internet is an ocean. Right. So everybody don't understand you competing against 1 million records. Yes. Not like it ain't like you had a record label and it's 4 artists. It's a whole lot of catalog, and they're not doing nothing. You can't tell me everybody's copywriting it. They're doing everything they supposed to do to protect themselves. So because all they're being told is you're going to get famous. You got to keep flooding the internet with product. You got to, and now we don't even say records no more. We say content. The new word is content. So now you're creating content, and most of these SoundClouds, all this stuff is websites. Right. And I always tell people, how you gonna blow up somebody else's website? You ain't even got your own.
Hello, somebody.
you know. So that, like, little things like that.
That's true.
Like, you could be making, like, that's your company.
That's true.
Like, y'all gotta understand, people like Prince and George Michael fought over 2 things: name and likeness, and intellectual property. Yes. Because, these were 2 very important things. Like, you got to be able to understand, like, before you even run a company, that's supposed to be your company. Right. Like, running your publishing company is supposed to be your first company. Like, that's supposed to be protecting your, that's your retirement.
Hold on. So you giving us a whole lot of information. You give people a whole lot of food, but you have a lot of people out there like, who is this Like, who were you? Give them your background so they know that you're not just spitting.
Okay, well, first of all, I used to teach music business at Columbia College. I left Columbia with a 70% success ratio in getting student jobs and internships in the music business. And one of the stories I always tell that goes along with the Columbia story is people don't know that literally Kanye's career was created through me.
Yes.
And that was kind of what happened is that I put Kanye. He's like a little brother to me. I was actually in the credits of College Dropout. I put him on a panel with a gentleman named Hip Hop. At the time, nobody knew who Hip Hop was. And Rockefeller wasn't even a big label at that time. A good friend of mine was a publicist, and she asked me to put him on a panel. On that same panel, I had no ID, and in that same room, and my keynote speaker was Big John Platt. So when you go back and you look at Kanye's career, everybody I just told you was responsible for this guy's career.
Yeah.
Big John Platt was his publisher, and Hip Hop was his manager, and No ID kind of led him and influenced him and was his mentor. Right. So all those were the guys who created him. And so,
shouts to John Minot.
Well, John came later. John came later, once Kanye had kind of went to New York and he had started to kind of figure out who he was. John was always like the guy in our city who was like the puffy guy. Okay. He was puffy. He threw the parties. He did all of that. And, he was very attractive. It was very attractive to get with him because John was always the person who kept himself in the know. Right. So, and that's how Kanye met Don C., who eventually became his manager. But anyway, getting back to, I ended up leaving Chicago after I worked at that, and I ended up coming to Atlanta, and I ended up working with R. Kelly on his Grammy-nominated album as an A&R under Wayne Williams. Then I got another Grammy nomination working with Luda on the How Low record. And then I also worked with Kim Burrell on her project where I actually was A&R in her project. I A&R Ann Nesby. I worked with Jill Scott at Hidden Beach before she got her Grammy. I was part of that company. So I've worked with Universal, I've worked with Jive. I've been doing this for quite a long time, and I've helped quite a few people. And even with writing sessions, I'm proud to say a gentleman named Vincent Berry, who wrote Sandcastles for Beyonce, was part of writing sessions. I'm proud to say a guy named Chu Clark and co-signed on The Beat, which is The Interns. I put them together. They're writing sessions. I'm proud to say a guy named Eric Campbell recently just won a Stellar Award and an Image Award for his work on Greenleaf as a part of Writing Sessions America. So, these are things where we're creating wins for people to win and understand how this works. And it starts with just, like I said, with the product and teaching them the proper way to protect their product.
Right. Look that old. Huh? Been around the block.
Oh yeah. I've been here for a minute. I've been here for a minute. And a lot of my homies, a lot of people I helped make money. I didn't ever want the money from them. I did it. I learned a lot helping a lot of people make money in this game, because I think the thing that people don't understand is like I made a lot of mistakes trying to learn, and I didn't have no mentor.
That's what you
So there was a gentleman named Ernie Singleton, who at the time was president of MCA Records, who became my mentor. And I remember one time him being on in a situation where he was around Jamie Foster Brown and some other people, and there was a very popular person in Chicago, who I don't say his name, who said a lot of very bad things about me. And Ernie said, all I see is a kid that wants some direction. And I'm gonna give him the direction. I'm gonna help him. And he told me when he told me that on the phone, what he went through on my behalf. I had never had nobody do that. So I kind of was like a Niagara Falls on the other side of the phone, because I just felt like, man, this is incredible. This dude stood up for me. And he said at the end of the call, he said, I gave it to you. You got to give it to somebody else. That's Writing Sessions America.
And with that said, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and talk about an event that you're bringing to LA that we're very excited to be a part of. So we'll be right back after this break.
Right.
Hold me down with shit. so stuck in your head that you couldn't get no sleep that night. Ever since that day, I look towards heaven, 'cause I know that this girl is my blessing. Been down for me whenever I need her. She was more than I could ever love. You love me like make me feel like a real man. Ride or die like her I trust. I got my interest on. Light my fire like make me feel like a southern girl. Can't nobody love me quite the way she do. The way she put it down, y'all don't have a clue. Intelligent with a lot of style and grace. Not just a big old booty with a pretty face. She classy, don't harass me. And by Louise all on her own. I call her enemy, and I ain't got a man. You love me like make me feel like a real man. Ride or die like in her I trust. I got my interest on. Light my fire like make me feel like a southern girl. Can I handle all this random pleasure mixed with whatever? When she talk to me, she sounds so sweet and sexy. This is what she said to me.
Could you be that sexy? Come on, boy, and check me. Break it up, nice and slow. Give me your best.
And that's music to my ears. 'Cause I like my enemy. I got my interest on. Light the fire like make me feel like a southern girl.
Welcome back to NBCK's Loose Lips Show. We've been interviewing Kevin Shine, music executive.
Yep.
Everything. You guys got a mouthful. I told y'all, if y'all got friends that are in music industry, they need to tune in tonight. All I can do is, give y'all the food. It's up to you to eat it. So we're gonna we have an event coming up.
Yes. November the 1st to the 4th, the Unplugged Music Experience. This is our first year bringing it to L.A. We've been in Atlanta for the last 5 years. We always start our event out with a red carpet event. We call it the Icon Awards. We honor people who have achieved excellence in music as well as active in the community.
Love it.
And then we go into our work day, which is during the daytimes. I try to create, I've done a lot of conferences and stuff like that. So I always kind of think about what kind of, environment I want to create. And I want to create an environment where I'm tired of us looking at this like someone else is going to get us where we're going. Right. I think we should be thinking about how we're going to leverage our own sales now. It's no longer all these companies and everybody. I mean, you could get a deal now. It's so many ways to push music now. Yeah. From advertising to internet. It's so many different ways you can shop your music. I just want people to understand the value of their intellectual property. Okay. Understand that, learn the value of building your company. Right. Learn the value of becoming the money and stop chasing the money. Right. It's like I see a lot of people waiting on somebody to give them a deal, and what they don't realize is they're not giving you a deal. They're loaning you some money. Mm-hmm. Right. And if your intention isn't to pay them back, then you're already a bad business person.
Absolutely.
So, why are you taking money? Like Jay-Z didn't take $250 million from Live Nation and go, ha, gotcha. Mm-hmm. No, he took it and went and made them some money and built. That's how you build your credit. Right. That's how you build your business. That's how you build yourself. So during the daytime, we have workshops, we have panels where they can come in, and we call it the work day. Okay. And then in the evening, we call it a night on the town. We allow artists to perform. But you have to be a part of our membership, or you have to be a part of the conference in order to perform. Right. And we don't let people pay to perform because we believe in quality control. We want to make sure we know that quality content is being, displayed, because our goal is to see how people get put on and get opportunities, or use this to work with each other and, put out good content. So, we do that for 2 days, and then we close it out with, what we call a family gathering. We give everybody a chance to come back to the table, talk, and share their, their experience with each other, and talk about, what they took from the conference and what they, so we create a family atmosphere. Right. And, and everybody gets a real chance to, ain't no VIP with us. Like, we don't do the VIP thing.
And you're also looking for sponsors for some students, right?
Well, that's real. That's important. Like, right now, last year we came up with this program called Celebrating the Pursuit to Excellence. And what we did was we went to 2 colleges and a high school. Mm-hmm. And I went in this high school because I also work with the TV show The Four. As I've been working with the show for the last 2 seasons. I helped find Evie, who won the first season. And, so when I went into school, I went in and I was talking about The Four, and I had these kids come up and just audition. This girl came up, and when I walked in, first of all, I was blown away. I ain't never seen no whole gymnasium for me. It's like literally a whole gymnasium of kids in there to just watch me talk. And this girl came out, she did this poem and tore the room down. Uh-huh. So what I did was I took the poem and I put her in a song that this girl named 10 did this record called Power. Uh-huh. So I had her open it up with the poem. The poem was so amazing, and it's just like you'd have thought they had rehearsed it. Wow. She got a standing ovation, and then we had a couple of college students perform, and they got some standing ovations. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm probably going to team up with my people from The Four. I'm going to get my brother Lawrence and all of them involved, and we're going to go find, instead of 20 students this year, we're going to find 40 students. And out of those 40 students, 3 of them are going to get to perform at a red carpet event at the Icon Awards.
So you guys keep watching our website, watch our Facebook, watch our Instagram. We're going to continuously post information from now to November. We want to thank everybody for tuning in today to the Missy K's Loose Lip Show. Thank you very much, Kevin Shine, for feeding us today. Lady D's, and of course, Jay Wells had to step out. But we want to thank you guys. And make sure, even after we're done, share the feed, because this is meat that somebody needs.
Definitely. And go to Writing Sessions America on IG and inbox me. If you have any questions, anything, go to Writing Sessions America on IG or Instagram, and go Kevin Shine, WSAATL on Facebook.
That's right. And thank you, Morris Media, Kevin Nelson, and MVIN. And we love you guys. Thank you so much. 2 fingers in a biscuit. We up out of here.
Missy K Show. Missy K Show. Missy K Show. Questions, interviews, gossip, current news, movie, TV.